Hello, my beautiful ducklings, it's your friendly Grippeteer, and I'm back again with another Steven Universe vlog. And today's episode is a little bit of something I've never done before. Today's episode is Too Far, and I know what you're thinking, Grippeteer, what are you doing reviewing Too Far? What are you even doing? Well, a little bit of context if you're watching this episode, this vlog, after the episode is aired. Today is October 11th, Sunday, October 11th, and so far on national broadcasts and television, the episode has not yet aired. However, at New York Comic-Con yesterday, which was the 10th of October, at one of the panels, I don't know why, but they showed the entire episode, and of course it was all over the internet. And so, in what is an incredibly well set up series of events, because I would have not been able to. I have a pre-scheduled event on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday this week that I wouldn't be able to make a vlog for. So I'm happy that Rebecca Sugar was like, you know what, that Crippeteer guy, I know he couldn't do it. Hey, let's give him the video now, because obviously, she watches my videos. She loves me. We're best friends, hang out all the time down at the store. So anyway, in this episode, continuing from last episode, the Crystal Gems and Peridot are still working for the weekend, trying to make that giant drill that's going to go into the center of the Earth, and they're going to beat up the cluster. And when Peridot is meeting her demands in a really funny scene, Peridot is very uncomfortable with Garnet being a perma-fusion, as she calls them, or a permanent fusion, obviously. And she's like, hey, got it, I'm fused. And Garnet doesn't like that. So in a funny callback to Catch and Release, they put Peridot on a leash and they stick her to the fence post, and she only has like a small radius she can work in. So she's working away, and Amethyst and Steven go over and they start messing with her because, Peridot's all crazy and she doesn't know Earth. She's new here. A gem from another planet, am I right, ladies and gentlemen? Because she is. That's not a... Anyway, she's she's new, so her, touchy stubs or like scent sponges or I don't know, whatever. She has a whole bunch of crazy names for things, and that makes Amethyst and Steven laugh. And then Peridot has the idea that since they need a giant drill to get to the center of the Earth, why don't they just go to the kindergarten and get one of the drills from those giant drills at the kindergarten? They have a name, I think. I don't know. The ones, the drills, and they drop the gems into the ground. So Amethyst got made. So anyway, they go to the kindergarten. Peridot, Steven, and Amethyst go to the kindergarten, and they're joking around. They're having a lot of fun. And Peridot and Amethyst, they seem to be getting along a little bit. They're joking. They're having a lot of fun. They're laughing together, talking about this crazy Steven, what a guy, and all that stuff. And there's a hilarious scene that, like, I can't tell if, I don't know if it's my dirty teenage mind or anything, but when Peridot is talking about how Ruby and Sapphire are always together since they are lesbians, she does this, and I don't know what that's supposed to mean, but it's hilarious. And so Peridot does it, and it cuts to Steven and Amethyst laughing, and Steven's like, it's like, how do you, maybe it's just my dirty mind misinterpreting it, but pretty much anybody can tell what that's supposed to be, and I have no idea how they got away with it, but it's very funny. It's very funny. And so, Peridot's joking, but she goes a little bit too far by saying that, if Amethyst was made at the kindergarten, why is she so tiny? And who is sending me Skype messages when I'm trying to make a vlog? Gaddy. So, yeah, that's, obviously you can't see, but in my studio, whenever I get a Skype message, it's just a giant thing that says you got a Skype message. That's why I was looking up there, because there's a giant message. It's gone now. It's a temporary thing. It was a lot of money to get it installed, but it's worth it. It's worth it for explaining it on my vlogs and nothing else. So anyway, Peridot goes a little bit too far by saying, why is Amethyst so small compared to the other quartz gems? And Amethyst doesn't understand what that means. And Peridot explains that, remember back in The Return where Jasper says that Amethyst is just like a puny, overcooked runt or something. That's supposed to mean that when a quartz is like fully developed, a fully grown quartz, either from the kindergarten or just from homeworld in general, they're supposed to be as tall as what I can assume is a jasper or rose. Both are quartz gems. If you're new to geology, I'm not a geologist expert, but I will say that this show has spiked my interest. But both Jasper and Rose, who we've seen in other episodes, tower over, as single gems, tower over the other gems, are both very tall, and Amethyst was supposed to be that height too, if she wasn't, I think, maybe like made prematurely was what they, like, if she was to her full potential. But she wasn't, and this is news to her, this is news to Steven, and obviously it's news to us. And Amethyst isn't taking it well. She gets very, very mad at Peridot. She breaks off the drill, and they go back to the barn. And when Peridot is working on the drill, she does something, and it almost hits Amethyst, but Peridot saves her. Hits her out of the way. Peridot falls on Amethyst in a scene that will create 1,000 tumblers, and Amethyst is like, what's the matter with you people? Trying to kill me all the time. So, Amethyst, this just adds on to how mad Amethyst is at Peridot, which Peridot didn't understand it. Steven says there's this thing called hurting people's feelings, which I can understand. All right, Peridot doesn't know what a pocket watch is, or what a Pokeball is. She's new to Earth. Okay, whatever. I can get that. But can she not understand what feelings are? Because that doesn't make sense. Feelings exist on other planets. I mean, I get sunglasses or shirts might not. Okay, whatever. But feelings exist everywhere. Feelings aren't made in a factory. Okay. Feelings aren't manufactured in a factory. Feelings are provoked in an animation factory called Cartoon Network Studios, where they ruin my face at every episode of Steven Universe. So anyway, Peridot has to apologize, but she's bad at apologizing. So she takes her little recorder thingy, little tape recorder, and it's a tape recorder. Actually, I have some tapes in here. We're gonna talk about that. Rorschach's Journal, September 5th, 1985. That sort of thing. One of the tape readers. This isn't a tape reader, of course. It's an actual tape. She's like, hey, listen to this, what I said. She presses it. This is a Hungry Caterpillar by Eric Carle. She presses it, and she has some pre-recorded message on it. That is the pre-recorded apology to Amethyst. And, going this way. And Amethyst accepts her apology. Steven's like, how does that make you feel? She's like, I feel big. I feel real big. And then that's all. That's the entire episode. And overall, I thought it was a little muddled. I'll be honest. It was kind of this is gonna sound weird, but it was kind of like a ping pong episode. It went back and forth a lot. They're at the barn. Okay, they're at the barn. They learn the thing. The drill thing happens. There's the apology. I think the thing is, it's not one of those Louis sort of cry for help episodes where or Onion Friend episodes where nothing happens, but it's still there's no real narrative, but it's still entertaining to watch. It's just I might be alone on this. I don't even know how to translate this into words per se, but I just felt it was a little bit muddled. The flow in between scenes didn't work that well. The whole drill thing kind of came out of nowhere. The drill attacking Amethyst, I mean. Just sort of came out of nowhere. And there were some parts, Peridot just seemed, because in the last few episodes, we've seen her turn from cute little slice of pie to, kind of to more mean in, meaner. To more mean in, Back to the Barn with the whole with Pearlgate, and that's what it's gonna be. That's what I'm gonna call it every vlog now. You wait and see. But with the whole Pearlgate affair, and being kind of rude to Garnet about the fusion thing, we've seen Peridot kind of turn from I'm a goofball, I'm tiny, it's my face, to rude, more rude. What is wrong with my powers of... Alright, my grammar's off today. I'm not gooder as I usually am. But never mind that. So we've seen the dark side of the Dot come out, and this episode seems to like sort of push it a little bit more than, because like in the other episodes, like the transition was kind of smooth. You know, okay, you can go. Why do I need to go? You're a pearl. Explain, explain, explain. Kind of gets mad at the whole robot thing. I thought, you know, as I said before, that was a little kind of out of nowhere. But there's like build up to it. The whole fusion thing with Garnet was sort of left at Jailbreak, and then maybe added a bit on this episode. But like this episode, it didn't really bump up the whole Amethyst thing. I think what they were going for is, you know, Peridot and Amethyst were like getting to know each other, and Peridot just out of like, I can tell you anything, you're the coolest gem, is, you know, just like blurts out like, man, you should be big like all the other gems, right? Not knowing that, you know, Amethyst didn't know that. I don't know, maybe it's just me. It probably is just me, because this is 11 minutes in and I'm just blabbing now. But I didn't really feel it. But there are some funny scenes. There's a funny scene about Garnet and cows, and then after the whole drill thing happens, Pearl comes back. She's like, "We were gone for 2 seconds and it ruined everything. You know, one job." That's pretty funny. That gets a laugh. But overall, just a little meds of an episode. I like the whole idea of there are better things that would have come out of the kindergarten. Not that Amethyst is, you know, bad or anything as a character, just, you know, bad as in what should have been Amethyst. But I hope they add upon that. So far, I'll be honest, Back to the Barn and Too Far in a Row, I'm not really liking the direction of the whole Amethyst, or no, the whole Peridot and the Journey to the Center of the Earth thing. I know Sugar and Jones Quarry. I hope they're going to turn it around, and I know they will. And you know I'll keep vlogging anyway, so it's not like it's going to matter. But besides that, I will see you guys later. So thanks for watching. Don't delete my video for leaking all this information early, please. Cartoon Network, I love you. I've made live streams with some of the people who were on your channel, and it was to raise money for cancer children, so please don't hurt me. I'm a really good guy, and I like key lime pie, kinda. I'm gonna get out of here right now before I get sued. Okay, don't want to get sued. I'm gonna get sued.